Popular Culture Resource Team. How can I help you? And back joining us for our Friday's Popular Culture Resource Team is Eugene's Eugene. Eugene, hello to you.
Hi guys, happy Friday.
Eugene, I have a delicious snack for you.
What is that? Is this for me?
Do you want to try this snack?
What is that?
It is a very tasty snack.
Okay. I got it. This is not a snack.
Oh, it's
really.
not.
It's not a snack. You have something on it, like the
Oh,
wood
man.
thing. What is that, though?
It's a squishy ball. I thought this was a
it's like
snack and I ate it.
squish ball.
Oh, she didn't fall for
Oh my
it.
goodness, it feels so good. Can I try it?
Am I the only idiot that thought this was food?
It feels so good.
Oh, I thought she was gonna eat it.
You tried to eat it?
I ate it.
You ate it?
I thought this was a snack.
You ate it? Really? Are you serious?
I bit into it. You're gonna have to wash your hands later on.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but that
Oh my
feels so
goodness.
good.
Oh, anyway. Our producer going off with his messages. Only if you guys could see his messages that I don't read. It's so funny. It's so funny. Sometimes I don't read it because people are gonna think he's funnier than me. And so I just don't read it. I can't give him the credit. We have been covering this month a drama called Reborn Rich.
Reborn Rich, right?
And today is our third episode. What are we going to talk about today?
Okay, so today we're going to talk about something that feels almost unbelievable now, which is something called the Y2K scare. So, Y2K scare or millennium bug was a widespread fear in the late 1990s that computer systems would crash when transitioning from 1999 to 2000.
Yes.
Because older computer systems used like 2 digits for years. For example, 99 for 1999.
Right.
And no one knew how they would handle 00.
Because they would have thought it was 1900.
Right.
Yeah, when computers were not existent.
So people thought everything from banking to electricity could break down on January 1st, 2000. We now know that it was just a technical bug, not a real disaster, but back then people were genuinely in panic. The fear surrounding Y2K was one of the biggest global events at that time.
Eugene, you don't remember the Y2K
I was
scare.
like 4 or 5 years old.
So you don't remember it?
I don't remember at all.
Oh my goodness.
You remember?
Of course I remember it.
do?
Guys, I want any one of you guys who remember Y2K, what you guys did. Anybody legitimately get scared and do stuff about it.
Oh, I want to know that.
Our house, because I was in New York, and we had like bottles and bottles and bottles of water
Like
stacked up.
panic buying?
Yeah.
Oh.
We had boxes of like ramyeon and 컵라면. We bought those like butane boosters because we didn't know if we could cook it. And so we just had like a whole bunch of stuff stacked up because we thought it was going to happen.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, I waited until 12 midnight to do the celebration, whatever, watching television. And I was like, oh, nothing happened. And so I turned off the lights to go to sleep. And then my mom's like, oh, why is the lights off? Why is the lights off? And she got so scared. Nothing happened. And we had like 2 years worth of ramyeon.
2 years?
And maybe that's why I got so fat. In what is it, middle school, I think it was. But anyways, I remember this, and this was a worldwide panic.
It was a global phenomenon. There was so many rumors, and some of them were quite extreme. So people believed their bank accounts could suddenly drop to zero because of system errors, and others thought there could be like massive power outages, water shortages, and breakdowns in infrastructure. Some people even believed like airplanes might crash because of navigation system failures, and there was a particularly strange rumor that the military system might reset and people who had already completed their service would have to enlist again. And of course, like any major panic, there were even doomsday theories about the end of the world.
Oh, I guess you have to people who had completed their military service have to enlist again. Ben Song over in Seattle says, I was in the military at Y2K. Worst place to be. I thought I was going to end my life in the military.
That could happen.
But Ben, you're okay.
Luckily,
You're okay. And I mean, it must have caused a lot of chaos.
Right.
But how did Korea respond to this?
So Korea actually took it very seriously. The government formed a national emergency committee specifically to deal with the Y2K problem. They invested a huge amount of money to update systems, fix software codes, and prepare for any possible failures. And on the night of December 31st, 1999, and all the way into the early hours of January 1st, 2000, employees in major public institutions and banks were on standby, monitoring systems in real time. And these fears actually affected people's behavior in real life. Some people rushed to withdraw cash, worrying that banks might stop working. There was also a wave of panic buying like SJ, especially for daily necessities like bottled water, ramen, and people wanted to prepare for the worst, just in case like basic services stopped working.
You know what I just realized, and I can't believe I didn't think of this before?
Where's that?
Is Korea and other parts of the world would have had the Y2K first. It would have been January 1st first, because I was in New York.
Oh, right.
And we're like 13
there's
hours
a ton
behind.
difference, like,
And so if they had New Year's, I should have just called them and be like, hey, you guys okay? You guys okay over there? Because, we're waiting to see if the world is going to end. You guys okay? But what do you think of that?
Oh,
right?
Time difference, right? You might call them, right?
We could have just called. What were you doing? Australia? What were you doing not telling us everything was okay? Well, Australia should have told us you guys were okay.
Sense.
Right? Mm-hmm. And if something would have happened, we would have all known. But, internet was not that good back then. So maybe that's all that. Okay, so this was pretty intense. But nothing again happened against people's fear, right?
None of the major disasters people feared actually happened. And at that time, many experts said that nothing major happened because countries had prepared so thoroughly in advance.
Yep.
And interestingly, the meaning of Y2K has completely changed today. I mean, the focus has completely changed.
Yes. How did it change?
Okay, so back then, Y2K was all about fear and uncertainty about the year 2000. But now it actually refers to a fashion and cultural trend.
Yes.
It is used to describe the nostalgic style of the late 1990s and early 2000s. Things like bold colors, low-rise jeans, digital vibes. So in Korea, this trend is especially popular among the MZ generation, and even K-pop idols often use Y2K fashion as a concept for their stage outfits. So something that once represented fear has now become something stylish and cool.
No, because we all felt really dumb. So we had to cover this up with something else.
Or something else.
Guys, let's talk about the fashion. Let's talk about the fashion. Let's not talk about how dumb we were and bought like 2 years worth of ramyeon. And so let's only think about the and again, fashion, music.
Music.
All that stuff. Hairstyle. I remember having the HOT hair. Back when I was a kid. But this is interesting. From panic to trend is what we're looking at.
Yes, right. It shows how the meaning of something can completely change over time. I think that contrast, like from panic to trend, makes the Y2K story even more fascinating today.
It's too bad that you don't remember Y2K because you were so young. But when we say Y2K era, we don't just mean 2000. We mean like 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, maybe up until maybe 2004? 5? I would say 5, 6.
5, 6.
Because once you get into like 2008, 9, things really change. So I'd say maybe like 2000 to 2005, 6 was really that Y2K era where you had that sort of
vibe.
Yeah, the millennium vibe. I don't know if anyone like knows what we're talking about when we say millennium vibe. But there was the millennium vibe. And the music.
Music was awesome.
Music was so good, guys. I mean, I did the whole, on a Sunday show called, SG's Theme Park. I did a whole Cyworld.
Oh, background music?
Background music once. And like, it just brought back so much memory and there was so much
like nostalgic, right?
The lyrics actually meant something. Now they just be like... Random,
boop, 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 boop. Like
seriously,
the robot sounds.
Hot, 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 hot.
It sounds so dumb. Like,
and that's the whole song, right? Put a ring. You know who ruined it? You know who started with the dumb lyrics? Beyonce.
Oh really?
Put a ring on it, na na na. Put a ring on it, na 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 na. Put all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single. That's the whole lyrics. That's when everything started going bad.
it had a huge impact on Korea's music too.
That's right, and Korean music too. And now let's get back to good lyrics, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to happen when I join QQQ, and it's going to be QQQQQ. You chose a song here.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting song. Supreme Team and Youngjin with Then, Kuten. Why?
One of the Y2K songs.
Yes, and by Y2K, we don't mean exactly what year 2000. And also, I think the title itself says then, back then, right? So let's listen to it. This is Supreme Team and Youngjun with Then, Kuten. We have messages of the Y2K scare. Crash Override, who works in tech, says it was a real bug that engineers across the world raced to fix. And that might be it. They might have just fixed it, right? Made It Up says, back then I worked in techie stuff and I had endless software and hardware updates to do because of that. Lots of overtime too. What is it? My mom, Forky says, my mom told me it was interesting to see the date change. She had night shift at the hospital. The system for medication and so changed without problem. So the digital clock on the floor is not. But Forky, you say you were born in 05. So you don't, man, she was born in 05. So she didn't experience the scare.
05, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do remember what happened.
Experienced it.
Exactly. And so it was, I felt so dumb afterwards.
2 years.
It was just a lot. It was just a lot of ramyeon. Let's just put it that way. It was just a lot of ramyeon that I ate afterwards. My parents go, "It's your fault. You scared us. You scared us, and now you're gonna eat all this ramyeon." And turned into an overweight kid. Let's go into our next topic. What do you have for us?
Okay, so our second topic today comes from a certain scene in the drama. So as Do-jun continues to succeed, he suddenly faces a major crisis. His uncle has been watching him very closely, trying to protect his own position and power within the Sunyang group. And he clearly doesn't want Do-jun to become the next chairman. So eventually, he even reports Do-jun to the prosecutors, and from that moment, the tension rises very quickly. And interestingly, there's a person who is always by the uncle's side, a man who constantly advises him, and it turns out he's actually a fortune teller.
How crazy is that, ladies and gentlemen?
Fortune teller.
You know, usually you have like advisors, right? Board of advisors, and there are people who advise you on things.
Business experts.
Yep, exactly. People who I went to study universities with like crazy degrees and all that fancy stuff. But he is a fortune teller. This is not unusual, okay, in the Korean society now.
We know.
And while it is an unexpected combination, a businessman and a fortune teller, it does happen. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so in the drama, the uncle actually relies on him for important decisions. He gets advices on things like investments or hiring and even strategic moves. So this fortune teller almost becomes part of the decision-making process. He says something like, your fortune is extremely unstable this month. You're facing strong negative energy, so it might be better to be extremely careful this month, like this. So it almost sounds like a prophecy rather than practical business advice. And this brings us to today's topic, the relationship between business leaders and fortune telling in Korea.
You know what the crazy thing is? Your
that?
fortune is extremely unstable this month. You're facing strong negative energy, so it might be better to be extremely careful this month.
And he's getting high salary for this.
You could say that about anything. Eugene.
Okay.
The situation is not good right now. Okay?
For this month?
For this month.
Okay.
You might want to be a little bit careful.
What should I do?
And I just got paid $1 million or something. I don't know. I don't know how much they get paid, but they get paid a lot.
A lot.
But the crazy thing is, again, while on the outside and the way that we're saying it, it seems ridiculous and it seems silly, it does really happen in real life.
Surprisingly, yes. So there have been many stories and rumors suggesting that some powerful figures rely on fortune telling. In Korea, things like fortune telling, like face reading or 풍수지리, I'm going to explain it later, are sometimes seen as part of business decision making. Of course, we should be clear. Most of these are not confirmed facts, but widely known stories or speculation.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to talk about some real life examples.
Okay.
Now, these are rumors.
Rumors.
Because no conglomerate is going to come out and say, yeah, we're talking to I make billions of dollars, but, I'm going to talk to a fortune teller to make me do stuff. Because, that's what we do. No. So, but it's well known to the point where we think a lot of people say that it might be true. So let's get some of them.
Okay, so there are quite a few interesting stories. One well-known example is related to building design. There's a story that a skyscraper's height was influenced by fortune-telling beliefs.
I heard this one.
You know that?
Yep, I know this one.
Yeah. So, for example, Lotte World Tower, one of the most famous landmarks in Korea, has 123 floors. And there's a rumor that a fortune teller advised that building over 100 floors would help the owner live longer. And interestingly, the founder of the Lotte Group, who led the construction of the tower, lived to be 99 years old. Of course, we cannot say there's a direct connection, but it's an interesting story people often talk about. And there are also stories about business leaders paying attention to face reading when hiring employees. The idea is to choose someone who looks trustworthy or unlikely to betray the company.
Could I be honest with you?
Yeah, of course.
I actually believe in
Face reading?
kwansang, the face reading.
You
Because
do?
some people, like for example, I was talking to our team not too long ago about, 도르라세요?
Oh, yeah, I know that.
The cults? They all have this like weird look. They all have like this look, like they're possessed, right?
Get
It's kind
it.
of like that.
They also have a strange vibe.
Yes. But like sometimes I look at the person's face, like I watch, I used to watch 나는 Solo. And I'd be like telling my wife, I'd be like, that guy's going to be the villain. She's going to be the villain of the season. And it turns out it's true.
So you can read faces.
Yes.
How about me? You used the face reading when you hired me?
I didn't. I didn't use face reading when hiring you. I thought you were going to be a good broadcaster. That's why I did it.
Thank you.
But yes, you have. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad.
Oh, thank you very much.
But it's so funny how like he wanted to live to over 100, and so he
over
built
100.
this Lotte Tower, and he only lived to 99. Well, you can't say only.
Oh,
But he couldn't go over 100, right? There's also talks that these fortune tellers, there are these specific fortune tellers in Gangnam area.
Oh,
Like
really?
people don't know where it is, but their main job is to be the fortune tellers of these major conglomerates.
Ooh.
And so with every reading, they get paid so much money,
Yeah?
and no one knows who they are.
This is just a rumor, right?
No, this is true.
Oh, really?
Yes, I heard about this. And so no one, because the conglomerates, they don't share who they talk to. And so it's
course.
kept such a secret. And they only go through reading twice a year. So first half and the second half. And
Okay.
they make so much money just off of that.
Ooh.
And it's a secret secret as to how many clients they have.
Do you know how to be a fortune teller?
Do I know how to be a fortune teller? I don't know. A ghost needs to come into me. But, apparently, the ghost needs to come
Okay.
into me, but I wouldn't want to be that. But there's also what we call feng shui, 풍수지리, right? This is also very famous in Korea.
Yes. So 풍수지리 is actually one of the most important factors business leaders consider. It's the idea that the location and direction of a building can influence success and fortune. For example, there's a concept called 배산 임수, which means having a mountain behind you and water in front of
Yes.
you is believed to bring wealth and stability. That's why when companies build headquarters, they often pay close attention to geographical features. And this is one of the reasons why areas like Hannam-dong in Seoul are known for having many wealthy families. It's considered a perfect location in terms of geographical features, and many top business leaders and celebrities live there.
Where do
It's
I live?
super
Where,
expensive.
how is it like where I live?
Mountain behind you?
There
or
is-
in front of you?
There is a hill
Oh, okay, behind you or in front of you?
behind,
Behind, okay, that's good.
but there's no water. I'm going to have to make a lake. Or
By yourself?
or a stream or something. Okay, and again, people in Korea seem to be quite interested in all these kind of beliefs.
That's true. And actually, this isn't something new. It has deep historical roots. Even during the Joseon dynasty, like face reading or kwansang was very popular. In some cases, it was used for political purposes, like identifying people who might betray the king. And there's even a Korean film called The Face Reader. The story is about identifying who has the face of a king. In other words, who is destined to gain power. And because these ideas have existed for such a long time, many people, including business leaders, still show interest in them today.
And it's not just superstition, but it is a part of a long cultural tradition.
Exactly. And interestingly, this topic is still very popular in modern media. For example, there was a recent survival style show called Battle of Fates where fortune tellers gathered to analyze people's destinies. They would look at faces, fortunes, and even predict business success. Some participants even identified who among a group of people was a billionaire just by reading their faces. So even today, these traditional beliefs continue to evolve and appear in new forms.
Even like, what is it, beauty spots? Beauty spots.
On
like depending
face?
on where it is in the face, depicts certain things. And so they said one of the best places to have a beauty spot is on your eyebrow area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, eyebrow
Inside the
area.
eyebrow?
And the crazy thing is my uncle, like he's rich. He's got a big little thing here in his eyes. And then so like people are like, you should get rid of that. Like it's a little bit too much, right? He was like, no, this is probably what's bringing my wealth.
Ooh.
But it's huge. It's huge. I got a spot somewhere, but it's missing the eyebrow. It's just above the eyebrow.
Let's draw it then.
Draw it? Do you think it's going to work if we draw it?
Artificially
put it? That's why they also say that you have to be careful with plastic surgery.
Right?
Yeah, because you might be losing certain fortune, right? Speaking of fortune and destiny, let's first take a listen to a song from Kim Sung-gyun and Tohee with Destiny, 운명. Polina says, my friend's eyebrows are huge and very, very long, longer than his hair. Like Paul Matthews? But I said you have to have the spot, like the mole, right? That's what I was talking about. If you apparently have it like around here. Maynard said, if fortune telling was legit, why aren't fortune tellers the richest people on the planet? Surely they have the best at when to invest and what to bet on. I don't know. But I've heard some, like I've seen on the spot like crazy things that happened when it comes to fortune tellers. So, I mean, could they have guessed it? It was stuff they couldn't have guessed. Like really stuff that they couldn't have guessed. So I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know.
What's our final topic today, Eugene?
Okay, so our third topic is a very sensitive and heartbreaking one. It's based on a real historical tragedy that had a global impact. So in the drama, Do-jun finds himself in a serious crisis because of his uncle's accusation, but then he suddenly remembers something from the future. The September 11 attacks.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So before the event happens, he liquidates all of his overseas investments and secures cash. So in that way, he manages to survive the crisis. But even though he knows what will happen, he cannot change his story. So what is meant to happen still happens. So today's final topic is the impact of the 9/11 terrorist attacks on Korean society.
So this one is like personal for me because I was in New York City. I saw the planes hit. That's how crazy
really?
it was. So my high school, Brooklyn Tech, was located across the river from the Twin Towers.
Okay.
But like far enough, because I was in Brooklyn, far enough that like it was not going to impact us. But it's big enough that you could see from the window. And I was in my second period math class. And I was looking out the window, not listening to the teacher. I still remember Miss Coffee. Coffee with a Y. And then I saw, like, you just see the plane move, right? And then you see a spark going, and I said, holy beep, right? And Miss Coffee goes, Mr. Lee, why are you cursing? Blah, blah. I was like, there's an accident. There's a plane just crashed into the building. And so you see the smoke.
You saw that
and
in
so
real
all
time.
the kids
Oh my
ended
goodness.
up in the window watching this, right? They're seeing this whole thing, whatever. And then the announcement's coming out. There's been an accident at the World Twin Tower. If you have family, go. And then we're all looking at the window, and the second one hit later on.
Right.
And so that's when we knew it wasn't an accident. And we say,
wasn't
oh, this is not in
purpose.
it. This was just as a terrorist attack. But I know how it was back in New York, but how did it impact Korea though?
So even though the event happened in the US, the shock was felt all over the world, and Korea was no exception. First, the financial markets reacted immediately. The Korean stock market, including the Kospi, dropped sharply. Investors became extremely cautious, and uncertainty spread quickly. And at the same time, industries like aviation and tourism were hit hard. People were suddenly afraid of flying, and international travel dropped significantly, and airlines in Korea suffered major losses.
I guess security, of course, naturally, must have changed a lot in Korea too.
Yes, that's one of the most visible changes. Airport security became much stricter after the 9/11 attacks. Baggage checks were reinforced, and the list of prohibited items on flights became much more detailed. And these are rules we take for granted today, but many of them actually became stricter after that attacks. And it didn't just affect travel, it also influenced media and culture. Like for a while, movies and TV shows became more cautious about showing scenes involving terrorism or
Explosions and stuff like that.
explosions. There was a general sensitivity around these topics.
You know what's crazy? I remember I came to Korea for the first time since I immigrated to the United States in 2002, summer of 2000. So a year later, almost a year later. And I came to Korea and I was going back. I arrived in Korea and the girl that was working there at the airport goes, I need to see your phone.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So she turns on my phone. This is a US phone. And she starts punching it. I was like, oh, are you giving me your phone number? I'm only in high school. Are you giving me your phone number? She's like, no, I'm checking to see if this is a bomb. I was like, checking to see if it's a bomb?
The phone?
Yeah, so apparently they were saying that,
Okay.
because at the time, everything was a scare. And so
Wow.
they were just checking to see if this was an actual phone and not something else. And she was just punching in different things to see if it's an actual phone, if it goes through.
Okay,
I thought she was
wow.
giving me her phone number. I was like, I'm a little bit young for you, but okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then, it turns out she was checking for terrorists. But again, which also led to the public awareness changing a lot too.
Yes. So in Korea, there was a sudden increase in public interest in the Middle East and Islamic culture too.
Yeah.
Books, lectures, and discussions about those topics became much more common. And people wanted to understand what was happening in the world. And a few years later, Korea even sent troops overseas as part of international efforts related to the Middle East. And in Korea, it also led to a stronger national security measures at major facilities, and this had a direct impact on a major event in Korea, the 2002 FIFA World Cup.
That's right. Ki Kim says, I got detained at San Jose Airport in 2002 inside the anti-tourist facility for 6 hours by the FBI when
For
I flew
6
from New York to attend my cousin's wedding just because I was holding a student visa at the time. I don't know. I think maybe something to do with your face, maybe. Not the
Wait,
student
what?
visa. I don't know. I don't think that's really Asians too. That's a surprise. That's a surprise. I'll be honest with you. I wish we had more time to discuss all of this, but unfortunately we are out of time. But we will tell you that again, the 9/11 incident did affect many people here in Korea, and it was
Right.
interesting to see in this drama how it impacted the Koreans through this very drama. Eugene, thank you so much for this. Have
Thank
a
you.
fantastic weekend,
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you again on Friday.
Okay, bye. See you next Friday.
And sending around the studio, this is Im Hyung-ju with 1,000 Winds, 1,000개 바람이 되어.